What's up, YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson. So I wanted to mention, me and my wife's here at Lowe's, and one of the things that you guys that are new, that you're getting that spring feeling and you're wanting to go ahead and get out there and start working on your yard. One of the things you can buy is some of these triple action Scott's bags, and I'm going to turn the camera around. We can look at them real fast. So I'll never forget that, a couple years back when I had that feeling like we talked about in one of the previous videos, one of the things I went out and bought was a triple action type bag. And then I was like, I got into lawn care, got into the fertilizers and all that, was like, oh man, I wasted my money. But really you haven't, because you're waiting till fall to really, get into planting some good grass into your yard. Well, what you can do with your existing grass is throw this down. You've got some bigger ones over here. Notice it has an analysis of 2803 on the Scott's over here. This one has a 1601, so 16% nitrogen. So what is in it is something called 2,4-D. You have a very small amount, 0.6, which is really, really small. But 2,4-D is what's going to kill weeds in your yard. And then you've got the 16% nitrogen that's actually going to promote some green up and some growth. So this is something you could throw down to kill some weeds and promote a little bit of growth, a little bit of green up in your yard and what's existing. This could hold you over. You could do this a couple times in the spring and work with what you've got. This is something you can do. So if you're out at Lowe's, if this is something that you do want to do, you do want to make what you've got look nice for the time being, I would recommend something like this triple action. It'll prevent some weeds, it will feed your grass, and it will kill some of the weeds that is already in your grass, so you don't have to get out there with the sprayer and spray. So this is something you can do to hold you off until the fall. So I just want to mention that to you. What's up, YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson here. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day today. Thank you so much for joining us for yet another video here in the lawn. So guys, it's Saturday. It's about in the 50s. So still trying to recover from coronavirus. So if I do some coughing and stuff, I apologize. But me and the wife just took a Lowe's trip and we've got a lot going on. Probably got enough content I could break it down into 3 videos, but I don't operate that way. I'm just gonna try to jam pack it all in one mighty video for you all. But we've got a new trimmer. Craftsman. I've always had a little electric weed eater is what I call it. Some people call it trimmers. I call it a weed eater. But went ahead and got a gas powered one this year. Thanks to the Biden money is what I've been joking around calling it. Really, we know it's our money. But so we went ahead and grabbed that. Went ahead and got my 4 bags of lime. It's what I typically put on my 9,000 square foot property. I do about 4 bags of lime. Evenly distribute it the best I can for pH purposes. Me and Mr. Kevin was talking about that this morning. We also went ahead and bought some trees. We're going to be putting trees down our berm on both sides here, both behind me and over here behind the camera. We've got the neighbors here. They like to play soccer and stuff like that, but it's something we've been really needing to do for a long time. Houses are pretty close together. They're not as close as what we're seeing other subdivisions build homes these days. They're actually a lot closer. So our house ain't that close, but I've got the neighbor's window right here. So when I'm out here recording, it's very, you don't know if you're being looked at or not. I hate that. That's my parents, my mom, my wife. When the sun sets, my blinds are closed. I feel like people are looking at me. Maybe it's a military thing, but anyway, so we've got trees. So we're going to be unloading the trees, letting them sit here for a while until obviously we get the HOA approval, which Mr. Kevin and I happen to be 2 of the 3 members on the board. So, it will be approved. So that's the plan there. And then today we need to go ahead. Finally, I've got enough strength to be able to do a cut on the yard. So I want to do my first mow and do that part. So that's the plan. Lastly, Mr. Kevin, was like, dude, how your yard is really super green. I said, that's the Flagship fertilizer. I suck. I don't know if I said it for the video or for the YouTube channel, but I sucked it up, came out here with the coronavirus and made sure I put down that Flagship when it was time to get it down. I did not get the Humic 12. I didn't get the RGS down, but I did do the fertilizer part, and it's began to grow. It's began to get dark green, and Mr. Kevin's like, that's Flagship? That's what you put down? I said, yeah. And he's like, holy crap, you need to do an update video about the fertilizer. I think it'd be worth it, of how green it turned your yard. So you'll see it as we go. I'm not going to really get into it too much, but again, yard mastery You can go on their website. It's owned by Alan Hain, and I think he partners with some other guys. But this is what we're going to be using. I've got 2 bags. One bag has been applied to my yard here. So we're going to throw down lime on top of this. Just let the rain, you know, soak it in when it comes. And remember, pH is crucial. You want to keep that pH right around 7-ish in your yard. Lime, you can never throw too much down. It's kind of like nitrogen; it fluctuates consistently. So we want to have that 7 for acidity. It keeps moss out of your yard. It helps control it a little bit. So does iron. But we'll be putting that down today. So that's the goal. A lot going on. I think at the beginning of the video you should have seen a tip for the beginners in Lowe's, talking about putting down some of the weed and feed, which we highly advise. But today it's going to be getting the grass cut, unloading, trying out the new trimmer with the Craftsman trimmer. So we're going to jam pack everything in this video, so thanks so much. I'll try not to just be a lot of talking and try to capture a lot of footage. Meanwhile, we got Mrs. Ferguson over here just going to town, trying to figure out the property line for the trees. So a lot going on. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you enjoy the video, and let's do some work. All right, so here we go. We got Flagship. This is what I'm referring to. Fertilizer contains 3% iron. This is what took over Alan Hain, the lawn care nut, here on YouTube. He's half partners, I believe, with someone else, and Carbon X is no more. Sadly, Carbon X was a beautiful fertilizer that I 100% would have used all year this year, but it is no longer in existence. They were bought out or went out of business, and this is the new company. So Yard Mastery. The Flagship is clearly what it is. It's a 45-pound bag that covers 15,000 square feet. And somewhere on here, it actually says it. Yeah, down here at the bottom, we're 3 pounds of product per 1,000 square foot of lawn area. It's about, I don't see it on there. Somewhere it says it. We'll get to it eventually. But basically, it's talking about if you would put this whole bag down, it would give you 3/4 of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet. So anyways, for 15,000 square feet. So it's a 24-06 analysis. So we're getting 24% nitrogen, 0 for our potash, I believe, and potassium is 6. So root growth, you know, starter fert, we typically would have a high number here if we were, which is okay for the beginning of spring. If you planted this fall, putting down something that's like a starter fert is totally fine. I'm going with the higher nitrogen with no root growth basically, and some stress relief with the potash or the potassium. So that's what his updated lawn care guide is calling for. So that's what I want to do. I want to go by the guide that I purchased from Alan Hain. So here he actually, down here at the bottom, you can see I've got the Scott's Elite. So it's a simple 5.25 setting and go at it. I put down a little bit more than it's recommended. As you can see, it's about up to here, so I almost put the whole bag down. So I put a little bit more nitrogen than 3/4 per 1,000 square feet, which is fine. I wanted to give it a good shot of nitrogen. And then here he talks about cool season lawns, you know, spring, bluegrass, fescue, ryegrass, warm season. You want to apply in spring and summer. The basic stuff here, and then over here it just kind of gives you more about what's in this product specifically, which you guys can see: nitrogen, boron, copper. You got some mini stuff, some iron. We know we got 3% there, a little bit of zinc, and then the potash, which is the 6% up here for the analysis. So that's it, pretty self-explanatory. So that is Flagship. And then, as mentioned, you know, I'm not gonna go around every inch of the yard, but good gosh, I mean, I can tell definitely it began to slowly green up, and all of the brownness that I had about right here has begun to grow out, and so it's beginning to come alive, and it's just, I've not had the strength or energy to cut it yet, so hopefully that will be happening here shortly. And then all these leaves and stuff will get chopped up. Typically I would bag it the first go. I don't think I'm going to bag it today. But my goodness, look at the contrast there from the neighbors, just how green it is greened up. We did have a good amount of rain this past, I think, Thursday or Wednesday. Not a ton, just enough to really soak in anything. And we still do have some Poa annua out there as well. So it's not perfect, but my goodness, Flagship, so far very impressed with it. I like it. The cost was around 50 bucks for that bag. I have another one in the shed over here that we're going to be putting down for our next Fert application. It will be Flagship. And then after that, we may try Mr. Yard Mastery's Double Dark fertilizer. So anyways, as Mr. Kevin said, he thought it would be worth showing you guys. It is a gorgeous green color right now, absolutely gorgeous, which made me, you know, at first I was wondering, hey, should I take off my lawn striper when I first cut it, just to give it a cut, and plus coronavirus, I don't want to wear myself out, but I think I'm going to leave it on and give it a cut with the striper today, see what it does. It may or may not be long enough to really show, but we'll find out. So Flagship, so far, love the product. All right guys, coronavirus is kicking my butt, I can definitely tell. Anyways, what grinds my gears? That name brand right there. That's what grinds my gears. So once again, you know, I get my lime, I fill it up in my spreader, I go to push it, I'm tired, coronavirus is whooping me, I'm taking breaks, but it just quit spreading. Once again, you know, this is the third Scott's spreader that I've attempted to have. One I already had, it broke. My dad had one exactly like the one I had that broke. He gave me that one, it worked for 6 months, it broke. Then I finally said, fine, I'll buy the Scott's Elite. I've heard decent things about it, and it just quit. Basically, you pull the handle here, and it doesn't move. It's the same thing every freaking time I buy a Scott's spreader. It doesn't open. It's on 8. I mean, it should be, the highest setting is 15. It should be halfway opening, and it does nothing. So, yeah. So once again, I'm an idiot, and I trust Scott's spreader. Never again, never ever again will I buy a Scott's spreader. This one lasted less than the other one, and the other one was cheaper. This one was 90 bucks or something like that, $99. So I do not recommend Scott's. If you have one, use it. When it breaks, don't buy another one. If you're really going to do lawn care in your yard, granular things throwing down is absolutely necessary. So it is time. I have to invest in a decent spreader. Unfortunately, I don't have a garage. That's the bad part about it, guys. I have to make room in my shed for it, because if it's going to be more than 100 bucks, unfortunately, then we're going to have to take care of it. Secondly, if I'm going to invest money, these are the plastic wheels. We want air wheels. Everybody says it makes such a world of difference, and I can believe that to be true. So the next one I get will have air tires, and it will be hopefully better than this piece of junk. Oh my goodness. I am so frustrated right now. I'm containing it so well, but can't put my last 2 bags of lime down. And like an idiot, you know, I get over here and, you know, the spreader quits working, and I have to basically hand toss it out in this section. So half the yard has got it done, and this half has not got any lime done. There's my last 2 bags right there. So very, very frustrating, but this is part of lawn care. So maybe Dad, he's a jack of all trades. I'm gonna try to see if he can finagle with it. But if not, we're gonna have to get a new spreader. Ladies and gents, clearly due to trying to recover from COVID, I've went ahead, I've cut the grass. I actually left the lawn striper on, and it looks pretty good. So we'll be showing you that in just a second. I want to thank you for stopping by for this video. I had a whole lot. I could have probably filmed a whole lot, but you guys know what it's like to watch me mow. But I did at least want to show you what Flagship looks like after the first mow of spring. Today is actually, I believe, the first day of spring, and we did our first mow. So not bad for the first mow. Again, I've got pockets of POA all over the place. It's just something when you get in, you know, walking over the yard, I know, but from the road and stuff, people probably would never know. But anyways, something bugs me. So we're gonna try to go a little bit thicker on our seeding next year or this upcoming fall. But anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. We got a lot accomplished today. Had a lot of issues. We got a new trimmer. It worked great. Had a couple clips of that, but didn't film a lot. But my spreader broke, drove me crazy. And then the lawnmower didn't want to start at first either, but I ended up had that issue going on last year, but we got it going. So it's been a annoying day as well as not being able to push, you know, the spreader and being able to push the mower as well as I was before because of COVID. But we got her done, and we got our trees here now. As soon as we submit to the HOA, we'll be able to plant those for our little fence here on the berm. So it was a productive day. So thank you guys for watching the video. Please like, share, subscribe. We're gonna go and look at what the first mow looked like and get out of here. So thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the footage, and we'll see you in the next video.
Baby, me.